in this video I'm going to talk about solving questions with moments, and I'm going to look at a quintessential example that we might get. So I've already talked about looking at moments with levers, right, with a single reaction, but generally what we get in this subject is we get things, oh, yeah, the candle, it's a candle box, that's why it's got a dragonfly on here. Anyway, okay, so what we've got here is I've got a beam. Oh, that didn't come out very well. Okay, I've got my beam. And I've got some reactions. And in the middle of this beam I have a force. Let's say this box, 1 kilogram. If it's 1 kilogram, what's its weight?
100 newtons or 10 newtons.
10 newtons. On Earth, if it's 1 kilogram, its weight is 10 newtons on Earth.
9.8.
Now, can anyone make an assessment as to what the force these boxes are providing? They're providing a reaction up.
5 newtons.
You guys are too clever. Okay, if this is... Stand up. Okay, so if I told you that this distance here is equal, let's say it's, I don't know, 500, let's go 400 millimeters and 400 millimeters. Okay, if it's 400 millimeters, 400 millimeters, we could go to the effort of doing some of the moments about one of these points and calculating it, but we're not going to do that. What we're just going to say is, in this case, we know these two values are going to be equal because it's symmetrical, so it's going to be 5 newtons each side. That makes sense. Okay, now I've got a new beam. And my new beam, it has a value of 60 newtons. And on my beam, I'm going to have instead, it's going to be, the 60 newtons is not going to be in the center. The distances are going to be, we'll go with 1 meter and 2 meters. What are the two reactions going to be in this case?
So the camera can't see it because the boxes.
200 and 400.
Thank you for letting me know the camera can't see that. Okay, what is that going to be?
200 newtons and 400.
Hey, 200 newtons and 400, so 200, 400? Who else thinks 200 and 400? Other way around, I like it. Okay, so this side here is going to be 400 newtons, and this side here is going to be 200 newtons. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is, look, that stuff here is pretty intuitive, right? And I'm going to quickly prove to you, very, very quickly, that this is correct. So what I want to show is that it doesn't matter where we take our moments. If I said that these are two unknowns, right? If this is unknown and this is unknown, right? I've got two unknowns. How do I prove this? Well, I said, let's call this point A and this point B, right? If this is point A and this is point B, if I measure from point A, let's have a look at what that looks like. Sum of the moments measuring from point A equals 0. 0 equals A times 0 is 0. We're not even going to bother writing that. We're going to have 100. We're going to have 10 times 400, right? And we're going to have. Is that going clockwise or anti-clockwise relative to A?
First one's going in
Clockwise.
Clockwise. And B, we're assuming it's going upwards. It's going to be anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise B multiplied by 800. Now, it doesn't matter if I use 400 or I could use 4x. Yeah, it's not going to matter. For the sake of it, I'm going to call it x. Right? I'm going to say let x equal 100 millimeters. Yep. I didn't write the word x equal. Okay, the point I'm saying here is it doesn't matter what distances we use. If I used imperial units, if I used croprogs, if I used cubits, it doesn't matter what I use. Okay, so I'm going to have 0 equals 40 minus 8b. That's a terrible 8. I'm going to do that better. 8b. B, add 8b to both sides. We get 8b equals 40. So b is going to equal...
Would it be 8bm? Sorry, 8x.
Oh, okay. I took out the x's because I didn't care. So, excellent point though. The x's are going to cancel out. And b is going to equal 5. So the distances don't matter. What units we use don't matter because they're going to cancel out. The distances don't matter because they're going to cancel out. So you're allowed. We're going to later see that often we're going to use triangles as going to be the measurement we're going to use. And we don't even need to write triangles in there because as long as our units are consistent, as long as all of our forces and all of our distances are consistent, they're just going to cancel out at the end. You notice I wrote kilonewtons. That's actually incorrect. My assumption was, my number came out as positive. My assumption was correct. I assumed up, so there we go.